So I've discussed about the economy of what is the problems that we are facing. I even written some letters to the Ministry of Finance, etc. Still no reply. But that's fine. But with the current economic situation and with the liquidity problems that exist in our country, we need to take a pragmatic approach in solving them. Some steps that the government could take is reducing the black money in present in our economy. We have a lot of black money stashed in Switzerland, in Cayman Islands, etc. Government should take steps in bringing back those money to India. The very problem that people want to stash money is high taxes. Yes, I agree. In a country like India, where we need to achieve higher economic growth, we need a lot of revenue, but the government is unable to get revenues. We need to understand why. Because many people do not. Many people will prefer to keep their money in other abroad rather than India. Government should see to that people keep more money in India. Government should encourage people to save more. We need to increase the household savings in our economy, which thereby will improve the capital formation, which thereby will lead to more funds available for the industries, which will stimulate growth. Secondly, I've seen many speeches by Raghuram Rajan, by many people wanting to have said a stable regulatory regime. Yes, I agree. If you have a stable policy where each and every common individual is able to understand that, it's actually easier. And government should take steps in educating many MSME, etc. Because see, they can't afford a chartered accountant or a lawyer, because see, the revenue is very less and the turnover is very less. We need to understand government should take steps in informing them about the benefits of including them in the organized sector, and this unorganized sector forms the backbone of our economy. Government should take steps in such a way that they are organized in a most easier and a better manner. So that government should prepare a policy in such a way that smooth framework and a smooth way these people come to the organized sector without any hindrance, without adopting drastic measures like demonetization, which actually cripples our economy. So that should be the main motive. Secondly, we need to look at introducing the interest rate, because the interest rate is quite high. Because compared to other countries actually which offer negative interest rate, our interest rate is very high. We need to ensure that we reduce the interest rate, because our inflation is not that bad, not very high, rather it's in a moderate level. So when interest is further reduced, it's better for the economy. Thirdly, we need to improve our education system. The government should improve our education system, match it with the necessary requirements, educating people with all the necessary things that's actually required in our economy, that is required in our country, like knowing about the economy, educating them how the country performs, about the constitution, in a very lesser cost, so that every person knows, like people know, okay, such a thing exists, such is the benefit that is available to them. They will use it. They will see that, okay, how do I go and get this benefit? So that motivation is something which lacks in our country, and something which government should ensure that it reaches to each and every common person, in such a way that unemployment is reduced, more entrepreneurship increases, such a way that our growth story also increases, thereby creating a very good image to international investors who would come and invest in our country. Fourthly, we need to promote renewable energy. Government should see to that a renewable energy is promoted at a faster rate. Projects are sanctioned and the contracts are actually adhered to. Sometimes I've seen many contracts are not adhered to. Either they suspend the contract, thereby it reduces the investor sentiment. That shouldn't be. The government should ensure that the contracts are adhered to and properly the amounts are paid in such a way that it promotes the investor to invest more, thereby creating more jobs. Then the government is taking steps in the insolvency part, it should take further steps in improving the land regulation, etc. See, we cannot defer them to the future. We need to make laws in such a way that it actually defines the future. We need to fasten the process. We cannot remain slow. This is not the 19th century or the 1970s, 1980s. This is 21st century where technology is advanced. We can do things faster. The government should ensure that things are done faster. So, this is the most important, some of the crucial things that needs to be taken. Thirdly, with government should provide more deductions. Rather than I generally see that deductions is quite less, and government should encourage people to save more, give us more exemption. Because when you save more, when the household saving increase, automatically capital formation will increase. This will ensure cheaper funds available to government, which thereby it will solve that fund crisis the government is actually facing. Cheaper funds, so even if they want to pay the interest rate to the persons who have invested, it will be less, and they can actually gain more out of it. Assuming the interest rate is 3%, 4%, actually government can get 8% reasonable return out of the project. So actually gaining 4% out of it. Just look at how many projects when they invest, they actually gain out of it. They can make a lot of money, and actually it solves a fiscal deficit in our country. So the government should empower citizens to save more, should ensure this black money economy is actually stopped. We should understand the reason for the black money, why only 1% of the entire country are paying taxes, how to motivate people to pay, how to provide effective services to the people, how to improve the roads, electricity, etc. Because if you think in this manner, automatically it creates a positive sentiment to the people. So this will motivate them to pay taxes. So these are some of the things that the government could take, because so that the country comes out of this current slump. Stable regulatory regime, do not dampen the investor sentiment, adhering to the contracts, then taxes reform, direct and indirect taxes, GST, especially a problem which many people face, that reform, land acquisition reform, good education system. If you implement all this, I'm telling you, we'll have a very good growth story. And government should also ensure that they coordinate with RBI, that tussle gap or that difference of opinion is actually removed, and they can coordinate with them effectively in improving our system. The banking system should be improved, etc. If all these things are taken, yes, our country will improve. I'm very sure that this country can grow at a faster rate, at 10% or 12%. If we grow, automatically we can lift more people from the slump. Our manufacturing industry should be strengthened. We need to match China. We also need to take care of the environment equally, because environment is equally important with the climate change, etc., which actually cripples the economy, destroys many countries. We need to ensure the climate change is controlled, because it's nearly uncontrollable because of the actions that we have taken. If we try to control the climate change, we can actually do many good things, creating a smart city, a stable city where all the necessary facilities are available. This will actually boost investment, consumption more. Than when more people get jobs, when they get good pay, very well and satisfactorily paid, this will motivate them to spend more. So when they spend more, then automatically the consumption will kick, investments will kick, there will be more jobs created, manufacturing industries, the production increases, automatically economy improves. So this is actually very simple, sir. Many people say government just needs to think from the common man's perspective. That's all. Things will easily get sorted. Don't need to apply your brain too much. It's a common things. Every people discuss. Every common man, you ask them, he'll say the same thing. I need job. Only then I can spend. So when you do that, things will go all right. Thank you.